You might be wondering, what are you doing on this casting couch, Ivan? Capitalism. That's why. But actually, the best type of capitalism, unboxing capitalism. I've got a bunch of products from, you'll never guess who, hide my address, DeWalt. Wait, DeWalt. So, they sent me a bunch of really cool shit, so I'm going to use it on site. For those who don't know, I frame houses, I build houses, I do things with wood. Still good for YouTube. So I'm going to be unboxing whatever might be in these packages, and hopefully in the next week or whatever amount of time it takes to use the proper tools, which I've seen majority of them, will help me with my job, and I will show you how to use them on site as a young fella with aspirations to be something bigger than he is, which could be yeah. So I'm obviously going to start with, hi Ro. Before we start, big introduction. Come here. This is Rowan. She is my new dog. She is a Husky Marima mix, which means she's going to be a big girl. She's only 5 months old. She's very sweet, very good with kids and good with other dogs and people. Yeah, she's a good girl, except when she messes around. She's currently made a mess on the floor. You can't see it, but she's a dog. She's a puppy. You're not allowed on the couch right now. You're too young for the couch. This is my big girl, though. She's going to grow really big and be a big part of my family. Isn't that right, Ro? Right. She also is my side dog, so not my seeing eye dog, but like my go-to-work job site dog. She doesn't mind the sound of a saw, so she might be deaf. Rowan, you want to stay up licking the pillow, or are you going to open up stuff with me? Anyways, I'm going to start with the obvious one. Can you leave the cats alone, Rowan? That'd be cool. All right, we're going to lock that up. No cats. Leave them cats alone. Stab, stab, stab. Not a toy. Don't stab dogs. There's a few exceptions, but don't stab dogs. Sit. Hey. Good girl. Good puppy. Okay, so I'm going to open my stuff up, and she's going to eat the packaging for me, because that's how unboxing works. I open it, she eats it. Not a toy. Sit. There we are. Hey, yo. Relax. This is going to be one hell of a video. Okay, so you only fetch and retrieve other people's batteries, not mine. No. Okay, so first on the list, we have the Quiet Hydraulic. So I'm going to put a battery in it, obviously, but here's what it looks like. Super clean, super nice right out of the package. And one of the best things about this is the size, front to back. Because obviously you're going to put a bit or whatever you want on the end of this, which is going to add a couple, from between a quarter to like a couple inches to maybe even a foot, depending on your bit. But if you're trying to do the foot-long bit, you didn't really want this in the first place, because the point is to be compact and fit into tighter spaces. Quiet part, I'm going to check out. You love that box. Yeah, so your generic driver, you got your 1 set, 2 set, and a light on it. That is located at the bottom down there, so you won't be able to see it from that far, but God, I need to put a battery in some of this stuff. Okay, cool. More stuff. Dog can't have plastic. It's a good thing I have a vacuum. You are making a mess. Your side clips, which are extremely important. I forgot to add them onto my last set of drills, and they do not sit on my pouch well. This guy's heavy. Or girl, we're about to find out. I know what these are. That's actually super exciting. Okay, so what if I has the name on the side of it? So these, the DeWalt construction jacks. These bad boys. You've probably seen like random DIY versions of these with people using caulking guns. This is for a heavier duty purpose. So like jacking a wall, jacking a floor, lifting up larger, heavier things, because the weight of this, honestly, but it honestly feels like closer to like 8 or 9 pounds. Like it's hefty. So let's get this out of the box. Remove this. Hey, Ro. It's a bigger one. So it's saying on here that it can lift up to 340 pounds before, obviously, structural collapse of the main shaft itself. Honestly, my shaft would collapse with 340 pounds on it as well. So I don't blame it. And especially if you're like lifting something with a longer span, it's a good idea to have 2 of them. So in the words of Taylor Smith, let's jack it off, as they say. Saying to myself, I don't need my tin snips. There's not going to be anything that's going to be stupidly hard to... No plastic. Hey, Rowan, no plastic. Rowan, hey, no plastic. No. Cardboard, fine. Plastic, bad. Today's cardboard, also probably bad, but... Oh, bitch! Cool. Take this one out as well. Never cut towards yourself unless you're a professional. I've been advertising that for years. Quote me on it. There's no money in the card. We're good. So, the most practical use as a framer... Okay, so I understand. The most practical use as a framer is honestly, if I'm in a basement and I need to stick a fixed size steel post into what is a dragging floor, or swooping floor, I can throw this under a stud. Rowan, hey, chill. This will allow me to jack up a stud that I put underneath it to shove in a post. So this will take a huge amount off my back, and it's honestly, it's smooth right now, like butter. You also have, if you have too much, let's say you're trying to get something level, actually that's another good use for this. Let's say you're trying to get a specific area on like a deck that you're building in the backyard. You're trying to get it level, you're trying to get it exactly the right height, or you're trying to do a fascia board or something. When you jack it off, you are able to get an exact number, and if you go a little too high, there's a quick little lever here that will lower it without releasing it. So that little lever decreases little by little, whereas you have the quick release, or if you just hold onto that top, the whole thing drops. So that's super neat. Let's make this look aesthetic. Look at me. I can't wait to put these in the back of my SUV mom car. This is gonna be so good. Showing up the site with an entire work van. I'm gonna get flagged just for this part of the video. Uh-oh, I've cut a major artery in my thigh. Yeah, only if you're an idiot, which I'm only an idiot on the clock. USIB, baby. But yeah, this is gonna be a sick, what do you call it? A sick thumbnail, that's it. I don't know how to hold these. Eeny, meeny, miny, bigger one. Oh my God, more cardboard, Ro. Holy shit, fuck. Pin me down and call me the framing daddy. Check this shit. Ugh. It's a saw. It's one of the better saws. I highly recommend framers. If you want any good tool for framing in regards to saws, the DeWalt Circular Saws are one of the best to use, especially with lumber framing. With standard wood framing, I feel like it is a staple for especially their saws. Rowan, those are just like that. I find that they're the best in power when it comes to cutting lumber. Obviously, it's preference first for a lot of people. If you are sticking with one brand, you typically stay with it because you got all the batteries. They're only compatible for your tools. So I personally recommend the DeWalt Circular Saws, especially the battery. It's all about the cordless, baby. No cords, just like babies. You cut that shit off. Get you out of there. Fuck, wait a minute. There's another box. Hey, Rowan, you want this bigger box? Look how big that box is. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, so I've got XR DeWalt Circular Saw, and I thought I might get one saw. That's clearly two. I'm hard. I'm extremely exposed right now. Fuck it, we're opening it up. Okay, so obviously you've got your travel bag for when you want to take a saw on a plane. If you show up with one of these to the airport, they won't even question you. They'll just be like, whatever's in there means you're a professional. Just go on the plane. Okay, you would read the manual if you've never used a tool in your life. I recommend it, but I don't need it. All right, cut that. I'm gonna have so many of these in my house. My power bill is about to go through the goddamn roof. That is okay. I bet it's cake. She's tight. That's nice. It's so small. DeWalt 20-volt power stack. So it's a smaller version of their batteries. I've got one bar on this. I can finally test the other thing. My baby is trying to sleep upstairs. This is a bad idea. This is much quieter. Take my word for it. Or go to a job site. Find me, goddammit. I will use this in front of you. It's okay. That is so exciting. I like the look of those batteries. I like how it has a little bit more cushion on the bottom, so when you drop it inevitably, or you let someone named Joe touch it and they just drop it. Oh, that's what warranties are for. Always get the warranty. Now for the star of the show. Yeah, that is the good stuff. I've been using saws that have seen only chaos. This is going to feel so smooth, and I'm going to be so scared to touch you and use you. That's a good guide. Well, that's fast. One thing you'll find out if you're in the trades or if you're starting the trades, this guide in about a week is going to be completely off. Like I said, someone's going to drop this shit, and it's going to be not where your line is. You always got to eye the blade, but also don't look at the blade. Use safety glasses. Don't be stupid. Be a professional, or at least squint. That's nice. I love these new models. They feel so good, and it's heavy. I always say the heavier the tool, the more effective it's going to be at doing the thing it's supposed to do. So let's take a little listen. And of course, it wouldn't be the same if they didn't send a super nice blade, specifically framing, so it's wood cutting. This is why you always shake the card for money, because you never know what's in it. I'm gonna put the blade in. For those who've never used a saw, or DeWalt specifically, they normally have this little wrench in the back that fits in the saw, and that is your key to opening up the inner blade here to change out your blades. If you don't know how to change it, Maybe I'll do a quicker tutorial, but I don't know if that's going to be this video. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. Unless someone, imagine if somebody put a royalty on like the direction screws go. Like I feel like that's an agreed upon thing you can't do. Just because it'd be so shitty to do that to everybody, to pay a royalty for righty tighty, lefty loosey. Put your washer on, press your lock, and I'm pretty sure the rule is go hand tight because eventually over time, because of the orientation of the blade, it just self tightens. And also, if you want to change out your blade and not swear at everybody for putting on too tight, don't put it on too tight. So you can just change it easier. So in the back there, that's going to be lost. Give that one about a week as well. Okay, and now for the best sound a framer can ever hear. I'm so excited. Okay, that's a lot of tools. That's a lot of tools. Where did my knife go? Better not have plastic. I'm watching you, Rowan. A lesson to be learned: if you are working with a lot of people and you're specific on the tools that you are using and people have similar tools, write your goddamn name on the inside, particular places. Remember the serial numbers, anything you can, because there are shitty people out there that will take your tools and they'll steal them, and you'll never know because they sell them the next day or they give them to a buddy because they owe them drug money. It's the trades. It's reality. I just consume copious amounts of caffeine, so as long as Costco exists, I don't need to sell tools. I'm going to say, like they say, they come in pairs of 2. That's good. Hey, Ro, you want to play Frisbee? Want to play Frisbee? Yeah, these are bad. Never bite these, please. Never bite them. Not fun Frisbees. What did we learn today, everybody? Don't throw saws at dogs. Shit. Don't eat that. Ew, metal. Yeah, those don't smell like treats, do they? No. These are me treats. These are Ivan treats. There we go. It's gonna be a sick little spread. Last box. You need to not be lost. See? That's how you lose it. It's the expectation that it's already gone, so you never think about putting it back together. Okay. Funny if this wasn't DeWalt. See how I meticulously left out my feet because I don't feel like you guys deserve to see those yet? Okay, this is neat. Oh my god, it's a goddamn bird's nest. They sent me a bird's nest. Just kidding, it's their new line of super durable blades, framing blades. These blades in particular have 24 teeth. They're obviously the 7¼ inch blades. So this is your standard size blade for most framing saws and just battery powered saws. You're really enjoying that bird's nest crap, yeah. You're gonna love that. You're gonna have such weird poops. So having 24 is not bad, but it'll still cut it fairly decent, especially with a tough blade with teeth that will stay intact, as long as you don't get someone who cuts through a bunch of nails on their first run through. You people deserve jail time. They sent me a lot. How many have we got in here? Good lord. Are you eating cardboard or plastic? Can I see that? What are you eating? What are you eating? You're chewing bits of cardboard. Anyways, I have a lot of these to spare. So these are going to go in a special closet called the only Ivan knows where these are going closet, so they don't get abused. Like everything else here, it's going to be abused, but this is a commodity. This is something that wears out because the wrong people use them and it makes everyone else upset. So I'm pretty sure I've opened everything. So thank you, DeWalt, for sending me such great things that I will definitely be using literally tomorrow if it's not brutally cold out. But yeah, love the impact driver. The fact that I got 2 power stack batteries is insane because as soon as one runs out, 100% the other one's going to be charged up. The 2 power jacks, sorry, construction jacks, not power jacks. I am the power behind the jack. I do the jacking. But this is gonna be one hell of a week. I'm gonna show up like the rich kid at Christmas. They're gonna put me in a video game. I hope someone puts me in a video game because like this is a look. God, I gotta come up with a catchphrase for ending my videos now. It's just unfortunately a series. Sorry, unfortunately a series in the sense that I have to put work into this. Well, we're just gonna go with the generic Framing Daddy out. And thank you all for watching. I'm going to be on YouTube more often, so check out snippets on potentially TikTok if it's still around, and Instagram. And I don't really do any other platform, so Framing Daddy out. I'll say goodbye to everybody instead of eating plastic. Okay, goodbye. Rowan says goodbye as well. Right, Rowan? Goodbye, everybody. Framing Daddy and Framing Pup over and out. Salute. All right. That's it.